Education is the evolution of personalities. Hi, I'm Vandana Saxena, the principal of Learning Path School, Mohali, and it's with a sense of pride that I introduce to you and welcome Miss Sanya Goyal, who is an alumni of Learning Path School, Mohali from the batch of 2022. She came to us during the COVID. So Sanya, you are studying currently at Kelley School of Business at the Indiana University. Your journey to LPS was from the Carmel Convent, Chandigarh, and you were the topper from there. So tell us about that journey from Carmel Convent to Learning Path School, Mohali.
I'm glad you asked. Carmel was a very different experience for me. It was a very academic environment, and I definitely learned a lot. But I wanted to push myself outside of that comfort zone. Learning Paths offered so many different types of opportunities to grow. I had heard so much about the company program because I had some friends who went to Learning Paths and the business conclave and all these different things that happened here. So I knew it would be the right fit for me to challenge myself in those ways and take myself forward.
I'm very happy that you took the learning paths of the Learning Path School, Mohali, and those learning paths led you to your goal. So tell us something about what you are doing at Kelley School of Business now.
So currently, I just finished my first year, so I'll be a sophomore at Kelley now. I'm majoring in finance with a co-major in digital and social media business applications. And I have a minor outside of Kelley in the media school. It's in media persuasion. And I've been involved with different offices and institutes within Kelley. I'm part of the Kelley Institute of Social Impact. I'll be serving as their chairperson for Kelley Student Government this fall. I'll be serving as the president for the Kelley Office of Diversity Initiatives, the Student Advisory Board. I work as the student manager at the IU Auditorium. We host like Broadway shows, concerts, comedy shows, everything. And I'm excited to go back.
Well, that's a lot of work in 24 hours. So tell us something about how did Learning Path School prepare you for the journey at the Kelley School?
I think the biggest aspect of it was that I was involved in so many different things. So it definitely taught me time management. That in addition to classes and academics, how do you also manage a company? I was also involved with this nonprofit called Sathi, working on that, working on research papers and doing all these different things, taking part in business conclave competitions, competing in the International Trade Challenge, all these different things together and managing it, that prepared me for the US lifestyle because it's very intense, it's very fast, and you have to keep up with it. You have to have control of your calendar, make sure that you're giving time to everything. Because not only are you studying and joining clubs, you're also taking care of yourself, you're living on your own for the first time. So it's a lot of things all at once. So time management is definitely the one thing that comes to mind.
You were with us during the COVID times and you were part of the JA company. I want to hear about that experience. How did that work during COVID? And did the COVID challenge make your learning deeper?
For sure. It was initially, we weren't sure if there would be a company program for that year because I joined during lockdown. My orientation happened during lockdown, and we had all these students together in a Google Meet, and we were just discussing ideas. How do we take it forward? We created an informal board of directors, and I was the chairwoman at the time. And after 4 months, I think, towards the end of October, November, that's when we were able to formalize the company with Doorway. Our product was a foot-operated door opener because, again, COVID. So that's where our focus went. We're like, let's find a solution to prevent the spread of this disease. So door handles, as you know, common contact point. So that's where we focused all our time and energy. We had a second product come out. And it was very tricky to manage all of that because we were manufacturing a product and we were all working from home. So coordinating when would we come to school, when we would design the product, the prototype, how we would improve it, and how we would have it assembled, have it painted, have it packed, everything. So COVID definitely made us creators because we had to figure out ways to get it done. But I think in some ways it benefited us as well. Because during our winter break, when we would not meet in school, we were used to working online. So we continued our work. We did not stop. I remember I was traveling at the time as well, and I was in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. But even there, we were able to coordinate the meetings, the work, the new product that we launched during that time. So it made us very flexible geographically because people, of course, will travel. A lot of my members in the company, they would travel during that time, and everyone was on top of their work, and we made sure we got it done.
That's wonderful. So you utilized the COVID time to be a self-learner. You learned to be independent with learning. Do you think it's important to have the skill of independent learning to be able to reach a university in the USA?
Oh, for sure. Because I think without that, I don't think it's possible to get into a university. And even if you do, to thrive there, to do well, and to actually be engaged in that community and make the most of that experience, you need to take charge of your own learning. Because you are the one who control the schedule of your classes, which courses are you going to take, if you want to add a major, you want to add a minor, how do you want to shape your education experience? Because it's not a straightforward path that you enroll yourself in this degree, you take the classes they assign you, and you're done. You enroll yourself in a certain school, and it has a lot of opportunities. At Kelley, we have 12 majors, and I think about 6 co-majors. So that's a lot of options just within business. And Kelley is one of 16 schools at Indiana University. So you have so many things to learn from, and you have to be independent, and you have to be willing to learn to make the most of that opportunity.
That's nice to know. So a part of the LPS vision is to empower independent learners and lifelong learners. So do you think the Learning Paths School curriculum kindled that spark in you?
Definitely, because I think the key thing that it taught me was if you have to do the work yourself. Like, put in the effort, put in the work, and then there are people there who would help you take it forward.
Yeah.
When I was participating in the International Trade Challenge, my partner and I, we made the entire business plan ourselves, the idea, all the details. We had it done. Then we sent it to our teachers for review, for feedback. But, instead of being like, so what should we do? This is the topic. What idea should we pursue? We knew we had to put in the work. We had to submit that kind of draft, and then we would take it a step forward. And when we qualified for nationals, we put together a slide deck. We practiced rehearsing it. And then the school supported us. We had a 6-person panel to review our presentation, and we had that meeting for 2 hours. They gave us a lot of feedback. This is where you can improve. This is what you should change. And then me and asked how we spent the night making all those edits, making all those changes. We presented the next day, and then we qualified for the international round.
Oh, that's really exciting. One of the biggest challenges that we face in schools run by the Central Board of Secondary Education is that knowing that how this experiential learning opportunities would work for our children. So, it's kind of very heartening to know that we were able to help you. And can you tell us a little more about some special projects, research, or other internships that led you to reaching this college?
I was involved with research. I published 4 different studies during, I think, from class 10th to class 12th. It was mostly social science-based, some survey-based studies. One was an experimental study, and we had focus groups for that. It was very interesting. It was a completely different skill set for me, like understanding how do you review earlier research and include that in your current study, develop the hypotheses, develop the tools to collect the data, analyze the data, then write it in a way that's understandable to the reader. The entire process was very helpful, and it really taught me, it really prepared me for university life. Because there they expect you to be well read, they expect you to come prepared to class. And I was also involved in social work. There was the NGO that I mentioned, Sati NGO. So we did a lot of projects on a lot of controversial topics. And that again, everything was online. We had people from all over India joining. Somebody is in Kolkata, somebody is in the South, someone's in Delhi, Rajasthan. So working with people from all over and working on projects, constantly changing the path of those projects. We tackled LGBTQ issues and we got funding from Iowa State University. We had to change the course because institutes did not want to be associated with it. And then we ended up partnering with Delhi University, with schools. I mean, I know with learning paths as well, there have been collaborations with those issues. And we tackled feminism, the vaccine drive, all these different things. So it's just, you kind of just have to keep exploring and keep challenging yourself to see where you fit in and where your passion lies.
Oh, that's wonderful. So actually, you were reaching out to the community. No wonder you are the first captain, a school captain at the Learning Path School. You are truly a role model, Sanya. So one message that you would like to give to fellow students, what does it take to reach a good college in the United States of America?
I think I'd like to answer that question in two parts. First is you have to have a certain vision and a certain perspective that there is no one way of doing it. In India, we're kind of used to knowing that if you want to get into a good college, you get this kind of number, you get that kind of score, and you get in. It is not like that. So really understanding that and having a vision for your own education. What is it that you want to study? What is it you want to explore? And actually putting work into that. Making an effort to actually explore instead of just sitting and thinking, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. If you're interested in law, join debate, do model UN conferences, look for other opportunities to explore that. You want to learn business, try to start your own company, take some courses online, different things that you do. So it's taking that vision. There's no one way of doing it, and making the journey your own. And secondly, it comes down to good grades, good academic rigor, doing well in your classes, taking competitive exams like the SAT, advanced placement tests, and being involved in leadership positions, in different kinds of extracurriculars, showing versatility that we can do a lot of different things, that you're not just made for this one specific niche. You have the capability to adapt and you can learn from a lot of different things. So it's a combination of everything. And the reason it's a little vague is you have to make the journey your own and just get started. Don't think that there's no time, it's overwhelming, there's too many things to be done. Start with one thing, then the next will fall into place, and the next and the next. You just have to start. And the time will come. Like, you might think there's no time, but you need to create the time.
Yes, well said. We have to create the time. The time is not ready for us. So one of the things we are very passionate about at the Learning Path School is about entrepreneurship. I believe you're also passionate about that. So tell us your future plans into this world of entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship is something that I love because it's all about creativity. It's all about solutions. And in my quest, it's that vision of entrepreneurship that I hold dear to me. So as far as my future plans are concerned, I'm exploring fields like venture capital, private equity, consulting, because they're all, in some ways or the other, they're all connected with entrepreneurship. It's all about the new idea, the companies that can change the world, scaling those companies, and being creative with solutions. Fields like consulting, they're all about problem solving. That's what entrepreneurship is about. So that's where my interest is. I'm openly exploring all of it, along with other options. I think that's the key to everything in America. You just have to be very open to any and all opportunities that come in front of you and go from there. A tunnel vision is not going to get you there.
So being open-minded is something that we have to learn, or is it taught at school, or does it come to you from your family, or it's just within you?
I mean, honestly, I think it's all of the above. It's in my own journey, I would say it came from so many different places. Teachers I had in Carmel, teachers I had here in Learning Paths, my family. It was just that push that why not? It was that why not mentality. In my family, no one had gone abroad to study for undergrad. And then it was just that thinking of me and my parents like, why not? Let's do it. Let's explore it. Okay, we haven't done this before. We can figure it out. And we did one thing and the other, and you.
It's wonderful to know that it's been really nice interacting with you and knowing you as a person. And we wish you well. And we are here to support you in everything that you do in the future. And we look forward you to come back to school again and again and again.
I'd love to. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.